Alrighty, fellas. So, with the introduction of Summer Minami, Aki's boss rotations do look a little bit different this season. But, don't worry, I'll go ahead and show y'all how it's done. And without further ado, let's get straight into the guide. Ikaze? Alrighty, fellas. I'll go ahead and show you the rev cards and the mindscapes, starting off with our main boy, Aki. Shoutouts for Mr. Sarah for letting me borrow his Aki for this one. You're going to want the Perseverance and Change set. Here is his stats and his mindscape. Now let's go ahead and talk about our main support, being Summer Minami. Summer Minami is going to be running Trust and Prosperity. Here is her mindscape. Next is going to be our main sustain, being Yuka-chan, Yukari here. She is going to be running Creation and Reconciliation. Here is her mindscape. As for our navigator, Anj, she's going to be running the good old Hope and Labor set. Here is her mindscape. And lastly, let's go ahead and talk about Wonder himself. So for the Wonder Dagger, you have a couple of options. If you don't cap out on defense reduction, like I am, you would run R6 Starry Compass. If you are capped out though, I recommend running something like a R6 Cyclotron if you have that, or its worse version, R6X Machina, with Thor as your starter line persona to get the electric amp. Now, as for Wonder himself, you're going to be running 3 personas, using Cert with Marakunda here, Dionysus with Rebellion to cap out on crit rates, and lastly, Thor to inflict shock and amp up Aki's electric damage with Thundercaller. You do want to inherit stuff like shock boost and accuracy boost to give shock a better chance of landing, as that can make a difference between capping out on crit rate or not capping, since it's a 10% crit rate boost when you land shock. And without further ado, fellas, let's get straight into the run. Ikaze. Okay, fellas. So with Yukari here, we're going to go ahead and skill 1 on a side tank, as the boss is resistant to wind. This is going to apply Erosion and the Wind Swept. Wonder, we're going to go ahead and Marakunda here. This is going to cast the AoE Shred. Minami, make sure to target her skill 3 on Aki, so he's getting the crit rate and crit damage amp from the skill. And next with Aki, we're going to go ahead and skill 1 here. This is going to give us some metal stacks to lead up to his 3rd big PP damage turn. And here on this turn, Anj, we're going to go ahead and use her skill 1 with 5 stacks to apply a party-wide damage amp. And then next with Yukari, we're going to go ahead and use her Theurgy on a side tank that doesn't already have Windswept and Erosion. And then in conjunction with that, we're going to go ahead and do her skill 2. Target Aki, of course, so he's getting the attack percentage amp from the skill. Now highlights up, we're going to go ahead and Minami highlight here. Make sure to target Akiko so he gets the crit damage amp. Now Wonder himself is going to change to Dionysus. We're going to cap out Aki's crit rate with Rebellion, putting him at 100%. Minami here, we're going to go ahead and skill 2. This is going to apply a party-wide damage amp, kind of like, you know, Anj S1. Okay, Aki's going to go ahead and skill 2 here. This is going to gain some more metal stacks. Okay, next turn, let's go. Anj is back. We're going to go ahead and use her skill 3 with 12 stacks. This is going to give us a party-wide pierce rate boost and attack boost to cap out on defense. With Yukari here, we're going to go ahead and skill 3. And make sure you target Akihiko so he gets his Theurgy bar filled and not anyone else, or else you brick the run. Okay, here with Thor, you're going to do a signature skill. You want to make sure you land shock if you don't cap out on crit rate for the extra 10%. But me, since I'm already capped out, it's not really necessary. Minami, we're going to go ahead and use Fighter Salve. This is going to amp up Aki's damage, of course. I love how her items do consume yen. That is kind of funny. And then conjunction, we're going to go ahead and use her skill 1 to do some chip damage. Got some nice crits there. Wonder is also going to activate his highlight here for some more bonus chip damage. Okay, Aki's Theurgy's up. Let's go ahead and use Aki's Theurgy here. And since I do have Yukari on this team, I get 2 Aki Theurgys. So here, we're going to go ahead and do his punch. And in conjunction, we're going to do his skill 3. If you don't have Yukari, you would just do his Theurgy on the final turn. Okay, Anj is back. Let's go ahead and proc her skill 1 here, reapplying the damage amp to the party. Now Yukari herself is also going to reignite her Theurgy. Of course, make sure you target the side tanks, as they aren't immune to wind. And then in conjunction, we'll be using skill 2 again to reapply the attack percentage buff onto Akihiko. Wonder's going to reset his rotation here using Cert Marakunda to reapply the AoE Shred. Minami herself, we're going to go ahead and use her skill 3, target Aki, so he's getting the crit rate, crit damage amp from Summer Minami. Anj auto cast S2, my beloved. Aki himself is going to also reset his rotation with S1. Okay, and next turn, y'all. So let's go ahead and proc Anj here. Let's go ahead and use her skill 3, reapplying the pierce rate and attack percentage buff for the party, helping us cap out on defense reduction. Yukari, we're going to go ahead and skill 3 onto Aki here so that he gets his Theurgy refilled. Always make sure you target Aki here so you don't brick the run. Alright, Wonder himself, you're going to go ahead and Cert Highlight here to inflict an AoE damage taken debuff on the enemies. Okay, next with Wonder, you're going to go ahead and change to Dionysus. We're going to go ahead and reapply Rebellion onto Akihiko to make sure he caps out on crit rates. With the Aki I'm borrowing here, he caps out very easily with Minami S3 and Rebellion. So here with Minami, you S2, reapplying the damage amp. Aki, we're going to go ahead and skill 2 here, gaining the last metal stacks we need to set up for big PP damage this turn. Okay, Anj is here. Let's go ahead and funny the capo button onto Akihiko. And then we're going to go ahead and in conjunction, reapply the skill 1, giving us the party damage amp. Alright, you know the drill, fellas. Yukari Theurgy's up. So you're going to go ahead and proc Yukari's Theurgy on one of the side tanks, giving us erosion and the windswept. And then in conjunction, for the last time, we're going to apply the S2 onto Aki to give him the attack percentage increase. Wonder, we're going to go ahead and change to Thor. We're going to Thunder Caller. Of course, if you don't cap out on CR, like I said, make sure you land the shock. In that case, I got it that time. So final turn, we're going to go ahead and activate Minami's store. We're going to go ahead and Fighter Salve on the Aki again, amping up his damage. And then with Minami, on her last action, we're going to go ahead and use her skill 1 here for the extra chip damage. Anj auto cast S2. Alright, you know what time it is, fellas? Make sure you use Minami's highlight here to amp up Aki's crit damage even further. And then assist yourself now. Make sure you use Aki's assist on himself, amping up his crit damage again. We're going to go ahead and use this Theurgy for one final time. Big PP damage. We're going to go ahead and bonk the enemies with his punch. And then with that, skill 3. And as a wise man once said, y'all, do it again. So guess what we're doing? Anj for the last time. We're going to go ahead and reapply the pierce rate increase and attack increase for the party. And then we're going to end it off with a final lightning fist to the face. And there you go, fellas. GG's. Alrighty, fellas. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you do have any questions, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll get to you as fast as I... Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, fellas. Thank you so much for watching this Guild Boss Guide. If you do have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll get to you as fast as I can. And if you really enjoyed this one, consider leaving a like, a sub. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, y'all. I hope to reach that milestone by the end of this year, if I possibly can. And yeah, do look forward to future guides, future video essays. I plan on cooking a lot of content for y'all because I really love making stuff for this game. And until the next one, y'all, deuces.